up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is Ready to Love Season 2, Episode 6. Listen, I am hot. I am hot as fish grease right now. I'm so hot right now. I did not like this. Okay, let's talk about it. So this episode, the friends came in, right? They had the friends meeting up with the guys. They went out on dates and things like that. So first we see Alex and we see Brian and we see her friend Tanisha. And I shouldn't have said that because I ain't gonna remember the rest of these people's names. Before we get to them, Simone and Jay had a conversation, and she apologized to Jay, and Jay told her that he accepts her apology, and she told him like this is just a place I was just in. It was just a place of immaturity on my part, and I really think it was. I don't think it was so much immaturity as it was jealousy, and it was some self-esteem type situations. That's how I feel about it. But that's my 2 cents. That's what it was. It is what it is. Now, so Brian, Alex, and Tanisha meet up. And I think it was a pretty good conversation. Tanisha asked Brian about the cheating, and he was like, what. Here's the thing. Listen, a lot of people have cheated, okay? I can honestly say that I have never cheated on anyone. Unfortunately, I've been a part of the cheating. I ain't realized it, but that's another conversation for another day, child. But so I think, you looking at 40 somethings, 30 somethings, some of them have probably been in some bad situations, right? And Brian talked about his daughter, and he talked about, how he wasn't in a real relationship with the mother. It was sort of like a, friends with benefits situation that turned into motherhood. And he said, co-parenting is hard. Listen, Alex, read between the lines. He said co-parenting is hard. That means they don't get along. That means him and the baby mama, they don't get along. Okay? And I ain't saying that I'm not saying that automatically X's him out. I'm saying just be careful of the warning sign, because that means what it means. I'm just telling you. So then we have. So ultimately, the friend liked Brian, but the friend asked Alex, "Listen, I still feel like you got your guard up. I still feel like you kind of guarded. And so, do you like him, or is it infatuation?" And so Alex said that's something she has to think about, because she said, "I thought I was letting my guard down, but maybe I wasn't letting it down as much as I thought I was." And so that's a conversation, or something I really need to ponder on and think on. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to do Nyla and Chris last. So we had a double date. We had Winter and Edwin, Jay, and Joy. And they brought their friends, and I felt like it was a good conversation. I felt like it was pretty good. But here's what was interesting. Winter's friend really wasn't feeling either one of them. She felt like Jay was just being too much of a salesperson, and Edwin was what did she say about Edwin? Damn, I don't remember what she said about Edwin, but it was something she wasn't feeling about Edwin. Damn, what was it? I don't know what it was about. I don't remember. But anyway, Wanda said her friend wasn't feeling either one of them. Joy said that her friend wasn't really feeling Jay either. Something just a little off. So I found that to be very interesting, because I was kind of liking Jay, but I guess in an initial meeting situation, it sort of came off a little salesperson. I'm just trying to tell you what you want to hear, not the real. And it's a hard situation to be in. Let's be clear. It's a hard situation to be in. So then we had Denise. Look, y'all. I'm just trying to be real nice about this, because I know all y'all see me in our t-shirts, like from the y'all, what the hell Denise be wearing? And Denise looked like she was on her way to Studio 54 to go see the Village People. And the rest of her friends, and her friend Kelfani and was it who was it with them? Um, Not Edward, Alex, Andrew, whatever the man name is, Anthony. They looked like they was on their way to the beach. I don't be understanding. So she bought Calfani and Anthony. Now it's funny because Anthony felt like he was like, I think he felt like a little bit of a surprise that Calfani was there. I'm like, bro, Calfani was there before you were there. Like, you only there because Calfani started flirting with old girl on the other girl, her. Cause for real, Denise was really focused, zeroed in on Calfani. But I like you, Anthony. I do. I'm a little worried about Anthony, but I like Anthony because I really was worried about Anthony being on the chopping block. But you did a good job of connecting up with Denise. Anyway, now Denise's friend did like both of them, but she was more leaning towards Kelfani. And of course, Denise is like, that's who I want. We are just connected spiritually, mentally, physically. That's just who I want. Like, and then Denise had a nerve to talk about something. She thinks she in love. Girl, what? What? Okay. I mean, all right then. Sure. Sure. Now, Simone's friend couldn't make it because her daughter got sick at the last minute. Had to be rushed to the emergency room. So definitely, I hope that whole situation worked itself out. So Simone, we didn't really get a chance to find out who Simone was sort of digging on because Simone's friend didn't come, and she didn't go on any of these other dates with any of these other people. So I don't know who Simone is really feeling right now. Like, I really have no idea who Simone is feeling. I mean, we know she was feeling Jay, but you done messed that up, child. Jay is not. Like, Jay might have forgiven you, but that's a wrap. That's a wrap. Now, let's get to Nala and Chris. This is what I'm pissed off about. Okay. Nala, I was really liking you, Nala, but now I'm starting to think you might be a little psycho. Like, a little. Um, So they went on their date, and her friend was there, and they, were having good conversation. And I mean, he walks up, and the first thing out of her mouth is, "I missed you," and he was like, "I missed you too," and all of that, right? Baby, the friend asked her one question. Well, I mean, they asked a few questions, but they got to that finance question, and Chris sort of fumbled the ball a little bit. Now, I don't think he fumbled the ball that much. I think he didn't do a good job of articulating the second half of his answer. The first half of his answer, I thought he was very clear. He said, "Listen, I feel like, we could split the mortgage and we split the bills. I pay this bill, you pay that bill. We good." He said, "I know you probably make more money than me." And then he was like, "Ain't no whole lot of money in radio. I guess people must think it's like, He said, it's a labor of love. Listen, I'm a teacher. I feel you on that, Chris. It's all a labor of love, but I get you." And I really don't feel like he said anything wrong in his answer. I don't. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with his answer. Now, the second part of his answer is the part where I think it really sort of fumbled itself. He was talking, and he was talking about something. The friend asked a follow up, and it was something about um feeling about how did she word it? I forgot how she worded it, but basically his answer was, "Well, I feel like it's my job to fill in the gap." Nyla wasn't feeling that at all. And Chris said he felt immediately that the temperature in the room, even though they was outside, the temperature changed, the mood changed, and he got the hell up out of there, honey. Nala was not feeling it. Nala was like, "What are you talking about filling the gap? Like, I want to have kids, and I know basically she's a high risk pregnancy, and she know that the minute she gets pregnant, she's gonna probably have to stop working, and she needs to feel like that she's with somebody who basically can financially carry the weight. And you a man, ain't nobody paying half of the mortgage. That's your job. Maybe I'm the wrong person because I don't agree with that." And what I feel like Chris was saying was, here's my thing. If you financially can do it, that's great. If you're dating a man who make that kind of money to pay the mortgage, pay the bills, and you can just do what you want to do with your money, listen, that's what the fuck we all want. Hell. But maybe, and I feel like Chris was being honest and saying, listen, you probably make more money than me. And yes, I would love to be that kind of person, but that just ain't my finances. That just ain't what I that's just not that's not how that's not my money. And I feel like if you was feeling this man on every level, I just it really did something to me that was the that is what eliminated him. And not even, and the way she did it, like to the extent that she did it, that was it for her. Like I think in her mind, Chris was automatically off the table. It didn't matter about the other dates and all the good stuff and the great times they had together. It was a wrap because he was saying, basically letting her know that, financially I'm not a millionaire. And that's how I took it. And I took it really irritated my soul. But that wasn't even all. Let's finish this up. So then she goes out on a date with Edwin. And Edwin was even shocked because she was very forward with Edwin. She was rubbing on, giving him a massage and asking him questions about this. And she asked him the financial question. And here's what was funny. Edwin said the same damn thing. He just said it differently. Edwin said, well, I think, that a man should take care of the bills. If he can. If he's financially able to. But I do think that's a man's role. And the minute he said that, that was all. But she didn't even listen to the rest of what he said. Because if she had listened to the rest of what he said was, if he can afford to. And I feel like that's all Chris was letting you know, is that he really can't afford. He doesn't think he can afford to. Because y'all ain't talked the money for real, so he don't really know if you make more money than him. He's assuming you make more money. And he don't really know what he can and can't afford. But I just was like, just the way that whole thing went down, I said, oh my gosh. And baby, then she went to go kissing Edwin. Hell, even Edwin was shocked. Edwin said, this seemed like it just came out of nowhere because I really thought her and Chris was vibing. Like, I mean, of course I'm here for it. I mean, he didn't find love just like everybody else, so he wasn't doing nothing wrong. But he was a little shocked at, I guess, how forward she was being, knowing how that whole thing went down. Anyway, so then Chris was talking to the ladies. He was talking to Joy because remember, him and Joy have a friendship outside. They've known each other for years. Outside all of this, they have a legit, genuine friendship. So he was talking to Joy, and I feel like it was Alex talking to him, and he told him that he felt like he fumbled the ball, and he told him what he said and everything, and he was like, but I understand that, I'm the man, and I'm the caregiver, and I'm the person that's supposed to handle everything. And they were like, well, go and talk to her. You were nervous. You probably weren't thinking too clearly. You've thought about it, and you have a better answer now. So maybe you could go and talk to her. And so Chris tries to talk to her. I guess later on that night they having dinner. Girl, Nala ain't here for it. She don't want to hear nothing this man is talking about. Nothing. Zip. And he's trying to explain to her, like, of course, I take care of the bills, and I know that that's my job, and this, and this, and this, and that. And I was like, bruh, she ain't even listening. Bruh, she ain't even listening. And I felt bad for Chris because I really, really felt like they had bonded. Oh, it was Simone. It was Simone and Joy. Then we saw Winter and Edwin had like a little date, and they seemed to be vibing. They started talking about vacations and where would you like to go on vacation and that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay. So, I forgot Rashid and what's her name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Rashid and is it Alicia? No, Alicia the one that went home. Y'all know who I'm talking about. it was cool. Like Rashid knocked it out the park. He said all the right things. He had the girl laughing. The friend really, really liked Rashid, and the friend talked to her and said something to her that was very interesting too. Because after Rashid left, and her friend was like, "Yo, I really like him. He's cool. He's this. He's that. You know, he had me laughing. Blah blah blah." He said, she said, um, she would say, "Well, it's this other guy that I like, Kelfani. You know, he's 6 foot, he's chocolate, he's buff, he's this, he's that." She said, "None of what you just said tells me how he makes you feel. None of what he just said talks about any type of spiritual connection, any type like all that was physical. No." And her friend was like, "Dang." I mean, she was like, "Yeah, she kind of got a point, but I'm still going to entertain it." I said, "Yeah," but her friend tried to let her know like Rashid is really the better of the two. You like Kelfani because you feel like it's a challenge and it's outside of your comfort zone. But all she described to her friend was the physical, right? Anyway, so then they go into deliberations with Tommy, right? And here's where I got pissed off. I was already semi warm. Okay, Adriana is the girl's name. So here's where I got. So I was pissed off. I got semi warm already. Here's where I got hot, burning up, heated hot. Y'all, they's talking to Tommy, going around talking about the dates, all that stuff. Everything, kind of everything I said, they've already talked about. I kind of already threw it in there. Tommy gets to Nyla about the whole Chris situation. And he said, "Well, you was hot and heavy with Chris. I was never hot and heavy with nobody." Girl, yes, you were. Stop playing. Yes, you were. You was hot and bothered. You was hot and heavy with Chris. Then he was like, so Tommy even quoted. Tommy was like, "Okay, all right. You was really had a connection with Chris. I was entertaining Chris's interest. No, you was feeling Chris. Roll the tape. Roll the beautiful beam footage. Okay? Go back to that second and third episode where y'all was going on y'all little dates. You was feeling Chris. Okay? Stop it, Nyla. Stop it." See, this the part I don't like. It's okay to say, "Listen, I was feeling him, but I ain't really appreciating how he answered those questions, and so it ain't really do nothing for me, and now I'm kind of, I ain't really feeling him anymore, and I'm entertaining other interests." It's okay to say that, but don't sit here and rewrite history and try to make it seem like you wasn't feeling that man when you were feeling that man, okay? That's not fair to him, and it's insulting to me as a viewer, because you playing games. You playing games. Now, I don't like why you flipped on Chris, but you had every right to do it. But don't sit here and pretend like it didn't. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. I sat here and saw it. Okay? Oh, that bullshit. So anyway, it was time for a guy to be eliminated. So we was down to, it was one. It said it 2 eliminations. It was 1 elimination. And even the rest of the ladies was like, when Nyla started talking that bullshit, the rest of the ladies looked at her like, "Girl, stop. Just don't do it." Like, even all of them was just like, "Stop playing. Stop playing." Because they knew it was some bullshit. So, it sounded like it came down to Brian. And I thought it was going to come down to Brian and, did I think it was Chris? I guess I thought it was Chris. So, we saw that, Joy went to go talk to Chris, and Denise went to go talk to Brian. And Denise was telling Brian, "Listen, bruh, like, cause Joy was saying how that whole thing with Brian and Alicia still sit bad with her, and she just ain't got nothing for him. Like, she ain't feeling it, right?" So Denise was letting Brian know, "Listen, bruh, like, a lot of people just feel like, once you lie to them, that's it, and you gotta stand in your convictions. You gotta say what you mean and mean what you say. You gotta be good with it. You gotta feel how you feel about it. That kind of stuff." And he was like, "Oh, I hear it. Denise was like, but I'm here to let you know that, you good." Which my heart automatically sank because one, I ain't really here for Brian. I'm not really feeling Brian, and I don't think Brian is ready. I don't think Brian is ready for a long-term commitment. I just don't. But then that meant Chris was going home, and that broke my heart. Let me tell y'all something. First of all, I just knew Brian was going because they sent Denise. I said, "Oh, they just sent the pit bull after." And I'm not calling that woman a dog. I'm just saying she got personality, you know. I said, oh, they just sent the right one. She gonna be like, yeah, bro, we ain't feeling you. You gotta go deuces. That's how I feel like that was gonna go. And with Joy and Chris are friends for real, for real. And I feel like they were sending Joy so that Joy could be like, listen, bruh, you need to go ahead and just explore some other options because Nyla is not here for you. I'm your friend, and you know I'm gonna give it to you straight. Here's where Chris messed up. I feel like because the show is about finding love and it is about dating. And here's where Chris messed up. Even though it broke my heart to see Chris go home, because I really think Chris is a good dude, and I feel like Nala, you did him dirty. You did him dirty, dog, dirty, dirty. But here's the thing, Chris, you put all your eggs in one basket, and it is a dating show. And so now that Nala is no longer feeling you, see, she done looked at Edwin, so she done gave herself another opportunity. But because you was blindsided, you didn't see it coming. You have not even entertained any other women. You ain't been out on no other dates. You ain't done nothing. And so it is a dating show. And I think as much as the other ladies probably liked Chris and they didn't want to see him go, you know, it's kind of late in the process at this point. Everybody is sort of already kind of coupled up or at least have an interest. And Joy even said that to him. Joy said, listen, there were other women who were interested in you, but you basically had put all your eggs in that one basket. And so now it's kind of like, I ain't trying to be, like, it's one thing to be, we interested in the same person. It's something else to be sloppy seconds. Like, oh, so because she kicked you to the curb, now you got something to say to me. And so I really think that's why Brian is still here and Chris got kicked off, because I feel like Chris just put all his eggs in one basket. But I hate it. Nala, I don't like it. I don't like how you did that. I don't. Again, you have every right to change your mind and not be happy with how he answered that question. But I just feel like the way you did it, like to just totally pretend like there was no connection and you were never feeling him. I think it's disingenuous. That's disingenuous and it's disrespectful to Chris. You know, and Chris was hurt. Like, you know how the other people walked off. Chris was like, I just got to sit here. He even said in his confessional, look, I'm gonna need some time to heal. You know, I think for right now, I'm just gonna kind of do my own thing and be to myself because I just need some time to heal from this. And I was like, damn. Anyway, y'all, that's what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.